Season 2, Episode 7 of the Couch Cat Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, joined by fellow co host, Alan.
Hello.
And on today's episode, we'll be discussing the announcement for SimpleMMO's Community Event 2022 and some content update we're pushing out going forward. But first, before we get into it, I had to look at the camera. Alan, what's up? What's going on?
Not much. Just got back from my wedding, which was pretty fun. Took 2 weeks off of work and everything else, and got married and just chilled out. It was great. A lot of fun. You were there, so that was nice.
I was there. It was really hot. It was like 99 degrees.
Freaking hot. 3 hours of pictures out in the sun right before the reception, and then into the party was. We were tired at the end of it.
If you want to kill your like wedding party, do that. Do what Alan did.
It was great though. We had a party bus and everything. So
yeah, take a party bus, drop your whole like friend group, family group off, and then just like take pictures and it felt like 110.
It was a good time.
It was a cool garden at least.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not the only part that happened that weekend, but
yeah.
Yeah, feels like forever ago. Honestly, feels like
it does.
A year went by. That's how I felt when I drove out to Kansas. That was a long fucking drive.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Well, I'm over here drinking a Celsius. I'm not sponsored, but I really wish is it blurring? Yeah. I'm not sponsored, but I wish I was. And I'm rocking my new. You can't see it with the name. Well, maybe you can. My new basement tee. Really awesome post-hardcore band. So, yeah, I'm just chilling, dude. And we're here, and we're trying out Restream for the first time. When we started season 2 of the Couch Cat podcast, because we were on hiatus. For anyone who's new and finding us now or old friends, we were trying a bunch of things like StreamYard and a couple other stuff for free because there's a lot of free trials. And we're here with Restream today. That's why you'll notice we're not allowed to put our logo on anything, so we just can't with a free account. But that's the gist of where we are, a new digital studio, and it's been fun so far.
Yeah.
There's some cool scaling options with Restream. But anyway, as you'll see here, besides all my cool little tabs that are open, we have the SimpleMMO fandom website or page.
Yeah, the wiki.
Yeah, they're the wiki. And before you want to talk about the announcement for the 2022 event, we want to look back and reference the 2021 event because it's pretty much showing what we can look forward to as SimpleMMO players, right? And all those like event grinders who like don't play the game and they just play for the event and then get all those items. But here we are with the 2021 event details. It was announced July 19th, Alan. And everything about the event is made by the community. So that includes the location for the event, because every event in SimpleMMO has a unique location tied to it, where you go and the player steps to get the event currency so that you can later turn it in and get the event items, like any other traditional MMO, right? So the town is made by the community, at least named and designed, right? It's a little browser game. We're not creating a whole town. NPCs, items, and rewards. It started August 8th of 2021, and it ended on August 27th, 2021, which we heard from asking various people of the community. I mean, even playing the game, events don't last that long, typically.
Yeah, they're normally 1 to 2 weeks. This event is 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's nice. A long time. That's giving everyone ample opportunity to farm these one-off, event specifics unlocks. So specific unlocks, that's better. So anyway, the categories included in this community event that players will, submit their artwork for, their ideas for, include everything. So pets, specials, avatars, item sprites, food, enemy NPCs, the common event item, the elite event item, and the name of the location as I mentioned earlier. And here in the description, you can see, because the community also makes pitches for the enemy NPCs, which was mentioned up top. And you can see here, like last time you had like the Gallant Knight and Firebeard. So, um, and during that event, they were collecting fallen leaves, which is, Alan, if I'm not wrong, it's just a callback to the original background of like display of stepping with like the falling leaves all the time.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I wonder
Wow,
if that
dude,
actually was the case, or you're just making connections that
do
aren't
you
there.
do you play the game? No, that's part, like I barely know any of it, but that's part of the game. So,
No, I disabled that.
right, it's an option now. It's a toggle. But yeah, falling leaves. So that's definitely a callback to the when the game first started. And then tickets to the Bahamas, which is the running joke with Mike, that he's making so much money off of diamonds, which he is for sure. Um, and he's going to the Bahamas, like to either live there or he's constantly going there on vacation. So that's
Yeah,
why there's a lot
yeah.
of dead time.
That joke is still alive today. Like you'll see it today in chat.
Yeah, yeah. So, um,
It's
as
community
you can
lore
see,
at
there's
this
a lot.
point.
There's a lot of like community humor tied into these events,
Yeah.
which is what you want from a community event. And then as we'll scroll through, okay, how about we get rid of that? um, you can see down here the massive list of rewards, and of course, some of these are just stock. Like they're always within a launch of event where you can, increase your energy, your quest points, other ways to do this without diamonds. So if you're a free to play player, which most of you would be, that's why events are so valuable for you. I swear to God, this
Dude,
freaking
you need
tab,
to learn
dude.
how to control your mouse, man.
Anyway, so we're moving on, and here is a chunky list of avatars, Alan. I don't. There's never this many avatars during an event.
No.
So, and there's a shit ton. I'm not good at math, but there's a shit ton. Okay, that's a number, and as you can see here, there's almost no rhyme or reason to it, which I want to discuss with you, Alan, after this overview. But I mean, you'll see Anubis here. You'll see a groovy guitarist. Uh, I don't even know how to say that. You'll see
Era?
Hades. Yeah, like there's like Greek,
80s. Yeah.
yeah, Hades. There's Greek mythology tied up in here, and then there's a meditating monk, and then Mina the little girl, which is definitely a call to Mina, who's, I don't, is she a Discord mod?
I don't know.
She's got to be a mod. I'm pretty sure she's a classic player. Like she's an oldie.
Yeah.
Um,
I like Moik.
yeah, yeah,
It's
right here.
it's
And then you have
Mike.
twerking Santa, which is like the bane of SimpleMMO's existence. Like I see twerking Santa as like in Elder Scrolls Online, like the flaming like rainbow unicorn. Like it's got flames and it's got like the rainbow mane or whatever. And I'm just like, why is
Yeah.
that in my game? you know? But like, why is twerking Santa? But anyway, you'll see here you have Cotton Candy, and it was created by Moose, who is a Discord mod and a bully. So be careful when you talk to her as a new player.
I'm sure she's gonna love hearing that.
Yeah, well, we only speak the truth here on Couch Cat. That's why you can put so much stock in our words here. You'll see a Hope here, another frequent poster or chatter in the SimpleMMO Discord, creating Zeus, and you won't even have to know who does Hope's work because she's always flexing in global chat. So someone's like, "Oh, does anyone know the artist of this?" And then Hope will pop up, and she will literally flex on you and post like 7 things she's submitted for SimpleMMO alone. And it's true story. I was there, so you'll see some from Ubi and Spicy. I don't know who any of these people. I don't even know who Nature is. And Nature over here, if this is true, this is a wiki. Nature is like responsible for a shit ton.
Yeah, cranked
So
them all out.
I don't know. I don't know who Nature is, or Night Shadow, or Sea Damsel. But you can see
They're
it. There's a
probably
lot going
the
on.
Discord channel for the art showcases.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's easy to find out. People are really helpful with that. Uh, and then so scrolling through these like the specials and the pets. here with some pretty decent stats. Um, here are the item sprites, which is generally like what an armor set, like we've been seeing
Yeah.
Ellen.
Yep.
And this one looks cool. It really does. Like a traditional MMO, I do hope one day instead of just an item sprite, that there's an actual like armor set to unlock. That's equipable.
Oh,
Which
like the entire set is just one piece? It's
not
like
even just
a
one, not even
unlock this
one.
set?
Yeah, well, individual pieces, but you can buy them all with the event currency to equip instead of here's an item sprite. Now I have to pay diamonds to apply it to an item. You know what I mean?
Ah,
I know the downfall with that is armor sets are I don't even know what the best stats are in the game. So like would it be the like can they make a armor set within the event better than what's already in the game that's already worth like billion like because then you would have like a armor set out there that's worth like billions, you know what I mean? So it's weird.
okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Instead of, like, the update, like, you have to get lucky by stepping and stuff to find the best in slot, like, you want a, like, a fair chance, like, at an event, like, have the best armor set come out.
Yeah, yeah,
That way it's
and
more fair to people and it's more regular.
yeah, but at the end of the day, like the market is so effed right now that if this armor set was as good as what's already on the market, that's worth like like billions of gold. That would just like ruin everything. So interesting to think about.
I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm always looking for a connection to traditional MMOs because that's what I played, right? Like uh, but Simple MMO has like games like Simple MMO have their own unique challenges when they're
Yeah,
facing that stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, that's the fandom, the wiki. We'll have all links in the show notes on our website, which will be linked down below because we're retroactively going back to YouTube and linking things properly, which we haven't been really doing till recently. So
Work in progress, work in progress.
it's a work in progress, brother.
Yeah,
Um, so now let's go over to the 2022 announcement.
yeah.
And I'm going to close this fandom tab because God, if I touch that tab on the side again, I'm going to freaking lose my shit. So this was posted by Wicked, who's the game admin, as you can see here on the right. Really cool title. One day I'll have that title too. Mike won't give it to me. I'll just
Keep dreaming.
rename. We'll just go to the Couch Cat Discord and we'll give ourselves game admin as our title.
Oh,
And then
perfect,
Wicked will
yeah.
be like, shit, now we're all on the same level. It's amazing how that works.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll
And
play out well.
it might get blacklisted, but
Banned
everything's
immediately.
worth a shot at least once. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so here is the announcement for the 2022 community event. It's posted June 27th. The Couch Cat website has a post about this, but off-screen tests it's too small, and I don't want to zoom in the font. So we're going with the official Discord announcement, so you can see the link, and we'll also have the link provided in the show notes. Uh, but it reads: the current event is not over yet because there was an event going on at the time of this post, um, but it's preparing players for the next event, and the start of the community event will be August 5th. So a month away. It's the 4th today, so yeah, a month away from now, we'll be seeing the community event. And she goes and says last year, the players traveled to the community island to find the tickets and the fallen leaves. So again, the event specific currency, and she's got a lot of like lore built in here. But for the
Yep.
specifics, for the quick and dirty, she is saying here, the community event is made entirely by you, the community, so the player. And they're looking for the following to be submitted by everyone who's interested in participating in this event, with names, sprites, descriptions of everything of these items. Um, and they're looking for at least two pets, two special items, 3 to 6 avatars, 3 to 6 item sprites, 2 pieces of food, 4 to 8 enemy NPCs, the common event item, and the elite event item. And she further goes on to state you can submit as many of each category as you want. And the funniest, most creative, and most original submissions will make it into the game, as well as 50 diamonds for every submission that gets accepted, which is almost nothing. But at least you're getting, at least you're getting something, I guess. I don't know, Alan. Do you think 50 diamonds is enough or anything? That's like
I
what
think it's fair.
a
Like,
quest point.
look at nature. Look at nature in the last community event. Nature probably had, if it was 50 diamonds like last time, Nature probably had 500 diamonds
He
out
easily
of
had over
that.
10 submissions. So,
Yeah. So I mean,
but is that because he was good, or is that because not everyone was submitting quality stuff or submitting period?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, if you look at the art showcase in the Discord channel, though, in
Everyone's
the Discord
posting. Yeah.
server, though, like everyone posts really good art. So I don't
Hmm.
know, I'm hoping this year will be a lot less dominated by one artist and more
I,
so just a bunch of random, from every different artist possible. I think that would be cool, you
yeah,
know.
for
But
sure.
we'll have to see.
And um, furthermore, she states the game rules and the terms of service, that apply to the submissions. You can see there's a text channel in the Discord called Event Submissions, where um, there's a link available for the submission itself, and all submissions are due um, no later than July 29th at 1 p.m. Whatever time zone you're in, it auto converts. So 1 p.m. US East for me. And if you click this link, it'll bring you to this submission form. And again, here are the rules. Here are the specifics. Must be submitted in PNG or GIF because there are animated sprites or avatars and animated anything in this game, really. And it says, you know, including the NPC sprites, can be a max of 52 by 52. All sprites can be a max of 34 by 34, and so forth. So all the specifics are here. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach Wick directly. Um,
We could go through the event submissions as well. There's quite a few good ones.
oh, we have some going on.
Yeah, scroll all the way down.
Okay.
Event submissions, go to the top. There's the rules again, like the website
Yeah,
one.
straight from the form.
Yeah, but this one I like that because you could actually see the submissions for this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like
Yeah.
how they're okay. So food, normal tissue. What do you mean it smells like cake? There's no way. What does that even mean?
What those cakes that look like real things? I don't know.
Suspicious chest. Wow, what a unique chest. Maybe I can finally get a celestial. Oh, and then just like in any Square Enix game, when you're
Yep,
dungeon crawling, a fucking chest will like just take half your health.
that's a good one.
Cup of Joe, pet food or enemy. Smells nice. Go on, take a sip. It'll be fine. You know what? Let's save this for another episode. We can do an ad hoc episode and go through this.
Okay.
There's too many. There's too many. Look at this. There's too
All
many
right,
here.
fair enough, fair enough,
I'm not doing that.
fair enough.
But anyway, as we said, oops, I don't want to show that yet, but we're already here. So there we
Rip.
are. So anyway, you have till July 29th,
Yeah,
whatever time zone you're in. And that's
got about
plenty
a
of
month.
time. So if you need a montage of you grinding out in A Sprite or whatever the fuck it's called, uh, to do your pixel art, do it. We'll be really interested. And we'll look for we'll look for your posts in the event tab because we'll definitely have a review on that.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
now that the overview is out of the way, Alan,
Yeah,
I just want to bring up some points as
sure.
like an observer in a player. So we talked about this in other episodes. Um, the overall theme of Simple MMO is just so confusing. Like there's like there's
Yeah, there's
it's
not
like
really a theme.
yeah, it's like ESO and even New World, like whatever they'll pump whatever into the item shop, which in
Yeah,
turn gets pumped into the ecosystem. So, and especially with like the custom avatars and item sprites and all that jazz. So like nothing like fits. so to speak. Um, but otherwise, most of the time, whatever it is, it looks cool. Some are really funky. You see it all the time in like global chat
Yeah,
and stuff.
there's definitely a lot of unique ones. I mean, I don't think they're like we talked about this before. Like there'll never be a theme to
Yeah,
Simple MMO because you
it's
could
just not the
also
game.
yeah you could
Mhm.
also publish your own custom avatars and sprites and stuff like that to the game. So no matter what, like it's community driven. So
Yeah.
there's no way there's a theme.
So I just want to bring that up for a new player. Like, me particularly, I'm not a fan. Like, I love playing like, there's a built world and things fit in that world. Um, but it is cool to see that, like, so many artists in this game can do what they want, and so many players can commission these people. And it's like, that little ecosystem.
Yeah.
A lot of people for commissions take in-game gold or diamonds, whatever.
Yeah,
So
and if you can't find a theme that you like, you just create your own theme in the game. So I think that is cool.
yeah,
Like there's a place for everyone.
as it applies to the rules of the game. But
Yes.
I just
Yes.
wanted to bring that out, like what wacky stuff we'll see, because in 2021 for this event, there's a lot of Greek inspiration with like mixed stuff like twerking Santa, right? So like
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
left field, you got right field. I don't know, you know. Um, and then you're also so like you have like these Greek inspired avatars, but then you're on an island looking for tickets to the Bahamas and collecting falling leaves. Where logistically there's no maple tree. Like, are you on an island in Japan?
Hey man, don't ruin it for us.
It
This is my world. Don't ruin
This is
my
bullshit.
immersion. Don't ruin my immersion, damn it.
um, just another thing, I'm expecting immense stepping participation.
Yeah.
Generally, yearly events you get that, but I think community driven when items are more unique, and I know you've been told specifically that things are more rare.
Yes.
I think this is the kind of event, especially with 3 weeks, where you're waking up those people who are like hibernating from the game.
Yeah.
Uh, because the first wave is generally summer vacation, some type of vacation, right? For those in school. So this is kind of like the reawakening, like for those who've already fallen off, or just to keep them playing until the rest of the summer break.
Right.
And then we were just saying this. We look forward to the submissions. I think, and the buzz around them, because there's always items that are like uh, notorious, right? So like twerking Santa is one of them. Like people, players around that community, and we've even seen it. That avatar is like the bane of fucking Simple MMO. Like everyone's all about it. So I'm
Yeah, I
very
just saw
interested
it
to see
last week in global chat. It popped up. People were sharing their avatars in global chat and twerking Santa popped up.
flexing, dude. They're flexing. So
Yeah.
really interested to see what like like epic items created. Excuse me. Celsius makes it's bubbly. So, but what epic item is created for the community, or the
Yeah.
community picks out for itself, right? But I do have a discussion topic for you, Alan, before we get into
Okay.
your points. Um, and the, and I want to ask you, do you think so for this community event? There's I want to talk about this. Like, there's a lot of like player lore building, because there's really not a lot of
Right.
structured lore in the game.
Right.
Uh,
It's a lot
outside
of
of like the
community lore.
yeah, outside of like the town tabs with like the NPCs and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, do you think new or even out of touch players can enjoy the community events, or is it mainly just the sociable players, like the people who are always in Discord, who are staff now, like through advisor or whatever, who are like the inner circle, so to speak, like they've been playing the game for so long?
Yeah.
Because a lot of items will be probably like an inside joke
Oh, for
for
sure.
some of them, right?
Absolutely.
So do you think new players, I mean, outside of like, oh, there's new items I can collect, do you think they can enjoy it as much as the others?
Yeah, that is a very good question. I do think that the sociable players, the ones who are
Mhm,
constantly in global chat or in Discord or whatever, are definitely going to get the most out of this event.
mhm.
It's almost like patting yourself on the back,
Yeah.
but I Yeah, I think the new players may struggle to connect to those items, especially the inside jokes. Um, like, if we didn't know about the joke about the Bahamas, like, why would we be collecting tickets about the Bahamas? Who cares,
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't make
Um,
sense.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, so I think absolutely that the sociable players will definitely get the most out of this event. I think new players, like you said, are really just only going to get, oh, cool, a new item. That's pretty cool. Unless
Mhm.
like they do like a Discord announcement or something, or in the game, like, hey, like give a little background into like the event location and the names and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think that might be good. Um,
'cause you do get, like, the summary for the items,
right.
but if the summary is, like, the
The inside
punchline,
joke. Yeah,
yeah, you're
exactly.
not you're
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
like, "This is stupid, like, what does
Yeah,
that
like,
mean?"
yeah, what? I don't understand. It may be good for people to come out, and maybe we do this to help out new players to just
Yeah.
track down what those inside jokes are and, like, give a description about them and figure it out. A little investigative journalism, if you will,
Dude, it's like
so that everyone could join in on the joke. Um,
it's like
I
the snake alert from, Metal Gear.
Yeah, ping.
Wait a minute.
I do think that brings up a great topic though of maybe another event down the line should have
Mhm.
some type of story building to it. I know that means it's more work for Mike to come up with a story and what that looks like, but it'd be better than just constantly stepping and collecting. Like as a new player, when I
Yeah,
go to through this event, it's like, oh, cool. That's 3 weeks of just stepping for things that I think look cool, but I don't have
yeah.
attachment to, like some of the other players. And maybe the next event is that where you build out that storyline for the new players to be able to get into, just like the sociable players.
Yeah, and that's a great idea, Alan. Um, More of a traditional MMO way to look at an event or deliver an event.
Right.
I mean, look at expansions, right? ESO, it's like, it's always like a different part of the continent with its already established lore from like the solo game, and they're just
Right.
importing it into online, or World of Warcraft's the same way. It's just Final Fantasy is the same. Everything, every new region unlock comes with like new NPCs, a new fleshed out story, or a continuation of story. So Simple Mode
Right.
doesn't really have that. You can continue a joke from its inception, across years, but like if you're new and new players are what's going to keep the game going, it's hard to come in with like you have no understanding.
Right.
But
Right. Exactly.
to not even like touch the Mike has to craft this story, or like what you attachment to the event. I think a good step, at least for us, what we can do, um it's part of the content announcement later, but we can, some of these submissions that are getting hammered, maybe we can get some insight who's picked. We can showcase the artists,
Yeah.
um, and get ready to look for, etc. Like there
Yep.
needs to be a lot more promotion. Um, and I mean, you have a whole Discord of advisors and mods. Like push people, like make these people known. You know, Ubi is now like the artist of Simple MMO. He's got a voice. He's like the godfather of art now. So like Ubi could use his voice to be like, "Hey, I've seen these submissions. This artist, like keep an eye out. Like this is what this is what they've done, or what, this is what is coming." So I think you could at least do that. Like inform your audience more, beyond your clicks, right? So um yeah, good idea, Alan. That'd be really cool to
Yeah.
see, like a more structured event in the future.
Yeah. I think that would help out with those new players, like you mentioned, or those out of touch players who are just coming back. Um, Also, going to your immense stepping participation, I think this is a perfect time for the stepping parties to be there. Like,
Hell yeah, brother.
I think there you'll see a lot more stepping parties pop up once this event
Hmm.
happens because it's a lot of rare items, like you had alluded to. I do want to say, like, shout out to Sideways. Like, I posted in our
Hmm.
Discord, like, hey, if anyone was a part of the last year's event, what was it like? And this man came out of nowhere, was like, here's like 8 different screenshots of all the items I
Yeah.
have, and it was a 3-week event, and not normally that it's normally like 1 or 2 weeks, like we mentioned earlier. Um, and yeah, there's so many rewards that you saw in the
Hmm.
web page. Most people focus on the strength pet or the special, he said.
For
And
sure.
so that some pets in the game right now are super rare because they just never published again. So
Hmm.
I appreciate Sideways for giving us the little tidbit on it, since we
Yeah,
weren't around for last year's event.
and Sideways is I almost want to say he's like a council member if Fly even has a council, but like I know Sideways is like high up there in Fly, um, which is friendly, right? So a high ranking guild, and he's a longtime friend of the show. And just when you think he's not paying attention, he's like there with like all
Yeah,
this information. So
yeah,
and he's really good at risk rating too. I just want to say that because we've died a lot together.
yeah. So I look
Um,
forward for it.
yeah, and so with that, I want to pose a question to our audience. Whether you can comment down below, because this video will obviously be recorded and submitted to YouTube, or even come by our Discord or even our website,
Yeah,
couchcatpod.com, and provide us your answers to what were your favorite rewards if you were for around for the 2021 community event. What was worth your time to grind from a community created event. Items, um, the sprites, the
sprites.
pets,
Yeah,
what have you. Um, what was worth your time, and then
yeah. And
also, oh, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, and what items do you wish you got that you didn't receive? You didn't get. Which ones
All of them,
going
just
back?
just
Yeah.
all of them, dude. Like
Oh, yeah.
if
Which
it's
ones
anyone,
go
if they're
back
like
in time?
us, it's like we barely get one item. It's like fuck. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like
Scraping by.
I get the pet or I get nothing. That's like
Yeah,
how it comes.
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
special item, what's that?
yeah.
And then the second question, do you enjoy the community event or is it too random for you? I mean, most people who play this game, they love just collecting what's in front of them, right? I mean, it's got a collection mode or feature built into the game. It's like a merchant's wet dream, but like, are they enjoyable to you or are they just too random? Uh, More specifically, the content involved.
Right.
But that's all I got about the community events, Alan. Do you have any finishing words?
No, I think we did a good job covering all the content about it.
Cool. All right, so let's move on to the Couch Cat content update announcement. Um,
Yes.
and that specifically is we've got some new stuff brewing. I've had some good ideas. I've been passing around with Alan. Alan has some good ideas, passing off to me. And one of the first ideas that stemmed from a prior idea, which we'll go over in a second, is the SimpleMMO Guild advertisements. These are completely free. And here, let me pull up the page for you. So this is on our website, couchguypod.com. We have a blog tab. Our website's curated for podcasts, so we don't have like a homepage that features our blog posts. We'll work on that in the future. But for all of our, we do a lot of blog content. So head over to the blog tab and you'll see everything. And the guild advertisements is us announcing that we want to advertise guilds for free, um, just as an additional way for players to discover guilds to join. Like we know in game, the bigger guilds have recruiters like on hand in global chat, and they're always hawking players like, "I'm level 10, come over here, brother. Like we're gonna use and
Yeah.
abuse you," like,
Yeah. Let me
and
take care of you.
we're not gonna tell you that 200 is the last day you're happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, welcome to the fucking war, brother. But like,
Yeah.
um,
Get ready.
Simple MMO Discord has a whole section for guild advertisements, but we're aiming for the players with like discoverability outside of Discord. There's a lot of players who don't touch Discord. Okay, so um, and we're just this will be another link for your guild to put in your guild bio or to refer to if you have new members, and you can even attach that link to say like a guild item you add to the game and all that jazz, because it's
Right.
going to be up for the foreseeable future. All you'll need to provide, uh, you know, as close to 500 by 500 sizable guild art slash logo. If you don't have a logo that big, just whatever splash art you guys might use, um, but close as possible, just for a high res to appear kind of nice. All right, a summary of your guild, and that could just be as easy as copy and pasting from your guild bio in SimpleMMO. You know, we're not asking you to write like an in-depth article. It's a short snapshot of your guild. Uh, and of course, along with that is your in-game link to your guild page. So players, if they discover this or you're using this, they can click that and join your guild, or message your leader or whoever you designate as your POC. Um, and again, you can attach a POC. So we have guild officers and other informal recruit, because there's still not a lot of guild titles in the game. So if you have a
Right.
recruiter or like personnel management, I don't know if any of you freaking realize what that is, but like you
Full
can
on organization.
yeah, you can put the player's name in, give it to us, we'll put it in the post, and we'll hyperlink their player profile in Simple MMO, so new players can just, oh, I can click, um, I can click whoever Keybin, or whoever's, or Quirxio, still can't say his name right, and they'll
Crucio.
go,
God damn, dude.
yeah, and then you'll go and you can talk to a guild representative.
Right, right.
Um, and again, we have all of our contact here. You can contact us through the website. You can contact us through Discord. You can DM us in game. My username is CouchCatPython, as you'll see here on the screen. Alan is CrazyFi. He chose his real name to put on the screen, so good for him. Um, but yeah, so a free guild advertisement. What will that look like? I will have to say, Koi goes over the top because they
Dude,
have like a
every
whole
time.
they have a recruitment plan and items, or not items, but like pictures and a website, because of Hugged Head. Like Hugged Head's a fucking beast. And we worked with them before for our first guild interview. So why not making the first guild advertisement? And
Yeah.
of course, not every post is going to look like this, but here, as again, we have their name, and we have what it is, and we have their high res logo, or at least close to what we asked for. We're just not asking for something button size or thumbnail size. Okay, it's going on a post, and we had, so they asked me, well, Joe asked me, so Crazy Cat Dude, to make it funny. So I don't have to put anything into the article. It can just literally be you copy and pasting, or and giving to me like, hey, we just want the guild bio. But if I know you enough, and if you want that extra flair, I can make you laugh. And so we have some jokes. We have some funny commentary about the guild itself. And then down here, we have the guild page. So we'll link you in game. And then the guild website, which is Hugged Head's like amazingly crafted website. And I'll even show you real quick. Look at this.
It is professionally done. Like, these guys really stepped up. All the other guilds need to get in line because
I
Koi
know.
is killing it with their
And look
professionalism.
at this dude. And Koi's not the only one, because Hugged Head's website has a bunch of other guilds. I think they have like Forest and a couple others, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like guild data. I think this is where you go, and yeah, you can enter whatever. But they also have a graphic. This is very useful, especially for a high end guild, which you might have this. Uh, their graphic, they didn't have to provide me a summary. Their graphic contained the summary itself. So,
Yep.
and then of course, I will always have this hyperlinked, um, this article, so you can always see the requirements, so you don't have any questions, and that's to eliminate any errors on the submission part. Okay, so like it's plain and simple. Um, yeah, if you're interested, please. I've already reached out to a couple of people with their DMs. They might look at me as spam, like they don't. They're like, "Who the fuck is Couch Cat?"
Who is this
Um,
guy?
but it's real. Like it's
Yep.
free. It's real. We're just trying to promote guilds because they're part of the game. They're social. They're the most sociable aspect of the game, and it just looks cool. And then it's yours. You will have this link, and it's yours to refer to forever and ever. But yeah, so that's one. That's one thing we want to announce. I'm just gonna leave this here. It's fine. Oops, I did that thing again. Here we go. So
White
that's
screen.
yeah. So that's one thing. Alan, do you have anything you want to say about the guild advertisements?
Yeah, I just wanna emphasize that this is free, right? Like, we're not
Mhm.
trying to, like, scam anyone. We're not, we're
Don't
not the
read Kabuto's
scumbags.
messages in our
Yeah,
Discord server.
I say this because like,
Motherfucker.
one of our dudes in the Discord was like, "Yeah, just charge him a
Mhm.
lot of gold and you'll get rich." Like, no, like, we wanna help build the community. We
Yeah,
wanna be a part of this community. We wanna see it grow. So this is something free that and simple that we could do to help people grow and get their guild out there. So I think
yeah,
this will be beneficial for the smaller guilds as well.
right. Because
Is there
it's
any
for oh, sorry, I was just gonna it's open for everyone. It doesn't matter
right,
what rank you are,
right.
but if you have lore for your guild or you pay special attention to your guild, like, you made it for a reason, let us help share your story, right? Even if you
Right.
have, like if you're like us, you have, like, 6 freaking people,
Yeah.
in an image, in a summary, let us share it.
Yeah. Yeah. There are no requirements as to what it takes to get your own guild advertisement.
But
Just hit us up.
you better not be, like it's just you and there's, like 100 fucking AFK forever players and, like, no one don't send us, like, a ghost ship, okay? Like, the like, in the old days, like, those guilds were, like, the one whale who would just kill
Yeah.
everyone, and
Yeah.
you can't win, there's, like, level freaking, like, 100,000, like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's, all I have for the guild advertisements, but also to tie into that, we what stemmed this idea, also before we move on, if you're a player who found a guild through our advertisements or just us talking about guilds in general, like if we name drop, etc., please tell your guild leader that you found them through us. Just so it that's the only kickback we want. We just want people to know that we're out here doing this. So if you found your guild and it's not a shitty guild and you like it, make sure you say Couch Cat directed you there. If you're having a bad time, don't name drop us. That is the only
Yeah.
and if you
Yeah.
wanna join a semi-active PvE guild, just join Couch Cat. It's whatever, dude. It's okay. You'll blossom under us. You'll go
Yeah,
wherever you wanna go.
then you'll leave us for something better.
You'll yeah, that
Everyone does it.
yeah, the people you love most will do it to you quicker, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Crucio.
so anyway, that leads me to Simple MMO Player Showcase, which think of it as like a guild advertisement, but it's not. It's more like a collective, like almost like a player card. So like a
Yeah.
like a Pokemon card or a sport, like NFL player card, whatever. We're showcasing players in the community. You don't have to do anything above and beyond. Um, we just want like if you're active in the community or you're planning to be active in the community, you just want to like you're a new player and you're like, hey, I'm having a good time. I'm looking for friends for guild, whatever. Like you're because in MMOs, you're trying like the faster you can find friends, the more fun you're gonna have, right,
Oh,
Alan?
yeah, absolutely.
That's like rule one. Like disregard the tutorial, learn nothing about the game, find friends. So um the player showcase is that for you. We plan to do like softball 4 to 5 questions about yourself, not to dox you or anything, but just like just general questions about yourself and your experiences that are tied to Simple MMO. So like what made you first start playing? Or like what is your favorite memory of Simple MMO? Or
Yep.
stuff like that. And it's only gonna be 4 to 5 questions. This is not an essay, just spitball it, just so people can get insight into who you are. And um another requirement, well, a major requirement is obviously your avatar. So you have like splash art, or you can resize your avatar through like image quality. Like there's a lot of free websites that allow you to resize stuff. Just like the guild advertisement, as close to 500x as possible. 300s, whatever, that's fine, but just nothing like a thumbnail. Okay, like
Yeah.
don't just screen cap your simple MMO like avatar and then you provide me with a thumbnail. It's like not even 100,
Yeah.
x. So,
Please do
so
32 pixels.
yeah, yeah.
Not gonna show well.
So a good avatar image, and then also, play. We'll give you the opportunity for a personal shout out. You know, and a personal shout out could be you're shouting out your friends. Someone who made the game enjoyable for you. Your guild, so like your guild members, your guild leader, what have you, or just the guild itself. But no advertisement, just saying like you enjoy your, because we have another post for that, right? And then if you want to shout out your own artwork, so say you're doing commissions and you're posting in the SimpleMMO, the art channel. Shout out your art stuff. We'll allow you to hyperlink. Give us a link. We'll hyperlink. Like, say you have like a portfolio page or something, and like our friend Orange Man, he's amazing at the piano. He's created all of our intros, both Couch Cat and my show, Sword and Slime. He's also created a new song that we're going to. I look forward, Alan, to looping it when we do our one-off videos. Like, that'll
Oh,
be our
hell
new loop
yeah.
song. But he's got a SoundCloud. We would link his SoundCloud. So if you have stuff like that, give it to us and we'll showcase you. Um, and we'll even take, maybe you have someone in mind. We'll take that too. Like, hey, I want to shout out, whoever is on your mind. I want to shout out Pratt because he's such a no, he's such a cool dude. Nah, Pratt's a cool dude. But I want to shout out Pratt. I'll get an avatar from him, and we won't be able to answer those personal questions, but you can maybe give us a snippet. Like, I shout him out because he gave me like 1 billion gold when I was homeless under a bridge, right? So there's the player showcase, and kind of in that is like a player like peer shout out, right? Um, so there's
Right.
some ideas. We will be releasing a blog post that, again, just like this guild advertisement blog post, we'll have the requirements for you, and we'll always have it linked, and you can refer to it when you need to. I already have
Yep.
an idea for a first person. Uh, their name rhymes with Beeben, so it's going to be a good one. Um,
I
Dude,
hope he's ready for it.
no one's ever gonna get that. Like, that is such a cryptic way to say a name. Like, you just
Yeah, no one will
they're
know.
too easy, Simple community is too easy to trick, you know.
Ooh,
But
ooh.
just kidding, 'cause
They're
whatever.
gonna get you.
Um, but yeah, Alan, do you have any final words on um the showcase of a player, or even like submissions of your friends, whatever, like a peer shout out?
No, I mean, again, it's all free.
It's
We're
all
not
free.
we're not trying to get anything out of anyone. That's not our goal. We're just trying to help build out the community, and so that new players can see those inside jokes and whatnot. So that the next community event in 2023, when we're all
Yeah.
around for it, people could actually just look it up and be like, "Oh, okay, I get it now. That's funny. Like, I want to get this piece because of this." Like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's all tying it all in. That's what we're doing. Trying to build a community with you guys.
Yeah, well said. The only kickback we want, again, just name drop us.
Yeah,
Like,
word of mouth, please.
yeah, that's how our show grows. Word of mouth. But that's
Yep.
really it. What's next, Alan? We're moving on to what's next.
Yes.
The community event information as it generates. So that includes, hey, let's, like your idea, let's run down through that community event text channel, and let's just discuss whatever submissions are up to date, up to that date we record. So
Yep. Yep.
we can do it next week. That's cool. So keep a lookout for that if that's something you're interested in. More guide videos on YouTube. Alan, I hate you. Produce more. He's got some in the vault, and he's like not giving them to me.
I'm trying to
Um,
make them look nice and pretty.
Motherfucker. Like,
No, the next one will be the battle tab. It's going to cover all the battle tab. It's a big one because there's a lot to
mhm.
cover on it. So just stand by. It's almost done.
So perfect for a new player.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. So keep a lookout for the battle tab. In episodes after that. Keep a lookout for podcast videos as we continue to explore options. Of course, we can just do what we were doing before, but Restream looks very viable.
Yes, it
Um,
does.
and with that, Restream is a live service. So we are streaming right now on YouTube. There might be some of you watching this right now. I don't have YouTube open, but uh, be on the lookout for more live content. That was something we always did in Discord, but
Yep.
this will allow us to do it at a better resolution and have more community engagement with the chat room and all that stuff. So if you're looking for more evolved Couch Cat content, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Of course, we're also doing video versions of our, or trying to evolve our podcast episodes. So if that's more of your speed, then you should just be on our YouTube channel anyway, because that's
Yep.
where they're going. But we have one more thing. Oh, dude, I almost fucking forgot, dude. We
Oh,
have
you
one more
can't
thing to
forget that.
announce, and this is Alan's idea. Um,
Yeah.
to bring.
So
So give me a break, dude. Go ahead.
yeah. So sip on that Celsius. Please sponsor us.
Ah,
Um, no.
sponsor me. I'm a pro gamer.
Yeah. So uh, there used to be an artist for Simple MMO. He went by Midnight. Then he changed his name to Pixel. After there was a time in the game where he kind of just dropped off the map, and
Mhm.
we lost track of him. So
We
we're
were
going to be
gone.
doing, yeah,
We weren't
completely
around.
gone.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like
and he
we
separated.
we left the game and then we came back and we're like,
Where's Pixel?
right, that's the
Yeah,
question.
yeah. Ubi is the new artist. What happened to Pixel? So we'll be doing a piece, a podcast piece on the history of Pixel within the game and the art that he created for the game, and then what happened for to the point where he walked away from the game.
The
And
rise
then
and
we're
the
yeah,
rise and
the
fall
rise
of
and
Pixel, right?
yeah, exactly. The rise and fall of Pixel. Oh, that's a good title for
Ooh.
the episode.
Let me
um,
trademark that real quick.
yeah, yeah, and then if we're able to, we'll share with you where he's at now in his life and what he's
Right.
doing now. Um, it's going to
So
be a good one. If you guys have listened to Reply All, they have some good investigative pieces. That's another podcast. Highly recommend them. Uh, they have a good piece about NFTs, an investigative journalist piece about NFTs, which I highly recommend that episode. It was dumb as hell, but really funny. Um, so that's what we're going to be doing. That way we can share some of the lore and explain to some of the new players of like what the past of Simple MMO was like with the Pixel as the artist who basically helped shape what Simple MMO was with his
Mhm.
artistic decisions. So
Yeah,
that will
and
be on the horizon.
it's essentially true crime podcast meets simple MMO.
Yeah.
It's we've talked about a lot of narrative pieces in the past, and Alan just was like, "Why don't we just do this?" So perfect. I mean, we have investigative skills. I'm one in real life, and it'd be very interesting to apply it to simple, right? And
Yeah.
just this is not a hit piece.
No.
This is an overview of a player and an artist's story. Um, because there was, there whatever the general consensus is, you'll find out in the podcast. But he did do good by us. He was like one of my first friends as Midnight, and he created a couch cat, like not avatar but a pet for us, right?
Right.
He spoke to Mike on our behalf when I had no communication with Mike ever. So there was a lot of good he did with us. But of course, you ask the community and you get a bunch of mixed bag. No official quotes yet, but just talking to some staffers and it's like, they're saying it's like Voldemort. You don't say their name. So it would be an interesting story if that's something you actually do like the investigative touch. Um, and that being said, use our website, use our Discord, DM us. We're not looking for I hate this dude or I love this dude. Like we're crafting a narrative here. So if you have stories to tell that can help paint a picture, like explain, Pixel's character, or just like events he was part of. So like maybe the first event he ever did art for, or something he said in global chat that sparked, widespread, iffy stuff. Like we want stories. We don't just want one off like the dude's a loser, that dude's like, the coolest guy in the world. Like it's
Right.
not a hit piece. We're crafting a narrative. So if you have, we're going to be reaching out to some of you, um, and I've already talked to some of you to help craft that narrative. But if you're like in the weeds, like in the shadows, and you don't really talk to anyone about Pixel, but you were like, you were in his daily streams when he used to do, the art streams. If you were in his Discord where he used to post his art and chat on the reg, maybe you have something to share that can help tie it all in, like that, during his peak and during his fall and when he walked away. Because yeah, I mean, you can ask people like, why did he leave, and like no one wants to tell us anything. So and hopefully we'll get quotes from him, from the source, right? Um, without like doxing him. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably gonna be the funnest thing we've done, and it might not be popular for a lot of you, but I think it'll be worth listening to, um, when it goes live. We're gonna sit on this one. We're gonna build it out properly. It's gonna take a lot of interviews and a lot of uh piecing things together because timelines and shit. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. So stay, subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast, and subscribe. You can go to our mailing list on the website, get notifications of our post. So yeah, that's all I have for what's next, Alan. Is there anything else?
No, I think that covers it. I think we're
All
good for
right.
this
So
episode.
before the outro, please read that review we've been sleeping on for like 2 episodes now.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, you can leave us a review directly on the website, and it displays. There's a whole review page where people who come to our website, they can see everything that's been said about us. And we take wacky, goofy, honest reviews. And then we go ahead and we share it on Twitter, and we also share it on the next available episode. So Alan has one that we've been kind of like forgetting about, So
Yeah. First off, sorry. This is from Not Maidenless. Gave us 4 stars. Oof, not 5, but 4. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but no maidens. So maybe if we bring a maiden onto the show, we'll get a 5th
yeah,
star.
like how tell me how you play Elden Ring without telling me you play Elden Ring. All right, I get it, virgin.
Oh boy.
Nah, just kidding. That was pretty good.
Uh,
It's
yeah.
gaming centric, right? I'll take that review, whatever. But
Yeah.
hopefully one day we can make it a 5-star review. Um, but yeah, thanks for the review. If you have something you want to say, we have it linked in the show notes. We have a review tab. Go there, and you can leave it directly on the website. You don't have to create an account. You just pick a funny a funny name for yourself, a moniker, and say what you want to say. You can go a step further. There's a link to iTunes, and you can leave us a review on iTunes or Google. But please, if you only have the time for the website, do that. It's fun for everyone, and we can shout you out in the next episode. But
Yep.
that's all we have. Hope you like the hats. I probably should have wore the shirt, but we have some merch ideas in the future. But that's far off. And just to let you know, we still have hats. We have boxes of hats. So some of them are spoken for, some aren't. Just saying that. But yeah, check out our website for all relevant links and information, such as our podcasts, our blogs, and our videos. All the links are there to our Discord, to our YouTube, to our Anchor page, everywhere. Everywhere you can listen to podcasts, we're there. Leave a review on the website, as we said prior, helps us out tremendously. And please spread the word to the community that we're back and we're doing this thing. So that's all I got. Alan, do you have anything?
No, that's all I got. Have a good one.
Awesome. Time to hit end stream and hope everything works out for the best.